Hey guys, this is ScrimCity92 here, or Antivirus 404 as I'm known in Game Banana. In this tutorial, you're gonna learn how to create guns for Counter-Strike 2D. Now, it's not an exactly hard process, but you just need to know pixel shading, and well, this is what I'm gonna teach you. And let's just close this down. So let's begin, shall we? So what you're gonna want to do is want to have two pictures, reference pictures as I call them. Now the first one will have to be a side picture, basically the gun you're trying to create from the side. Now this is a VZ58, as you can see from the title right here and the tutorial, little prefix. And you're gonna want it in this format. The size, well, the size kind of matters because, well, it actually doesn't, because you can't find images in Google that are, well, very, very small, like 100 pixels small. So yeah, you're gonna want this. Basically, the size doesn't matter. The colors don't matter. It's just that this gun, it's just the image has to be from the side. As you can see here, it doesn't matter where the barrel is pointed at. It just has to be from the side. Now, as you can see, the image is pretty small, 660 by 230, I guess. So if you zoom in, the image gets blurry. You can't see any detail. That's not good. We want to fix this. And we won't fix this because I have a second picture. It's pointed at the other direction, but that's not the case, and because we're just gonna use this image for looking what details should we add. As you can see, the image is way bigger than our previous one. You can see all of these interesting details if we zoom in. The photo is kind of low quality, but still better than what we have with the other picture. So yeah, that's much better, I think. Okay, so the next thing you'll want to do is figure out what gun will you want to replace. So you're going to go to GFX. So this is the directory where your Counter-Strike 2D is installed. You might want to find out yourself, because I'm not your babysitter, but I installed it where the default directory is, and it's just in the C disk. So you're going to go to GFX and you're going to go to weapons. This is where all of the weapon sprites are located. Now you can see all of these files, and well, we can try to open one of them, and we can see, well, this is for the AK-47. This is for the armor. Yeah. This is for the AFG. You get the idea. So the images are named after the gun. So I want to replace the SG552. Let's find the image right here. And the first thing you'll notice with all of these weapons is that they have, well, this one is called SG552. This is called SG552D. So you probably think, why are these even here? What did they do? So let's try to open one of these. Now, the SG552 with no suffix is basically what you see when other people hold it. This image most likely will be very low res because, well, Counter-Strike 2D just runs at a very small resolution, so you can't see any details. This image, when in game, it actually looks quite good. It doesn't look blurry. It doesn't look like it doesn't have the blurry as you can see in the image when you zoom in. It's just good. It's just good. And, well, we're probably gonna spend like 10 seconds on this image because it's so simple. And the next thing is this SG552D. So if we zoom in, it's a pretty low res image, 27 by 9, not much detail. If we zoom in, and well, we don't even have to zoom in. Basically, this is the drop image. This is what appears when a player drops a gun. And when you see someone drop an SG552, this is what you're gonna see. The image, as always in the game, is not as blurry, and the detail in this is actually okay. Now, you might think, is there any way to increase details? There actually isn't. I'm just playing with my pencil right here. Don't mind the noise. No, there is no way to increase the detail. If you're gonna basically think that increasing the file size, the dimensions, is gonna increase detail, no, it's actually gonna increase the size of the gun. So if I create, let's say, a 100 by 25 pixel image, well, we're gonna able to fit lots of detail into it. And if we drop it on the ground, the gun is going to appear massive, much bigger than the actual player, and that's not what you want. That's not what you want. So yeah, pretty low res, and I'm actually going to show you how we make these images. We don't make them from scratch. We don't. There's another method that's way easier. SG552K. Now you can see this image is quite different from the others because it's simply black and white. It's the kill image. This is what appears when a player kills another player, and you usually see in the top right corner, and somebody kills somebody and in the middle you see a gun. So this is what will appear. Now, it doesn't appear as black and white in the log, though. It's going. Black basically means transparency, and white means that the image is not transparent. You can't have any detail in this. It's just an outline. So yeah, pretty damn simple. I'm going to show you how to make these two. SG552M. As you can see, this has much more detail than D. I think it's called D. Yeah, it's called D. Because this is what you see in the buy menu. This is where most of our work will go in, because, well, it's kind of tough to, well, create details for the gun. Actually, let's preview this in Windows Photo Viewer, because it, oh shit, not this one. Because Windows Photo Viewer doesn't have that blur when you zoom in. So yeah, you can see it right here. Quite pixelated, and then in game it actually appears like something like this, I guess. And down here you have this. You probably played Counter-Strike, did you? So I don't have to explain this to you. So okay, the first thing you're gonna create is the M one. So let's go to our reference. Let's open it with Photoshop. Now you can use whatever you want as long as it supports transparency and layers. We're gonna use layers in this tutorial. Now I use Photoshop because I just know how to use it. I could use GIMP, I could use Paint.net, but Photoshop, well, I know how to use it best. So yeah, you're gonna want to resize the image to what you want to see in game. Now, just make sure that the image is actually it has lots of space from the edges of the gun, because when you resize it, it's, well, it's not gonna look good. You won't be able to draw the outline that well. Okay, let's constrain proportions. This is quite important, because if you don't constrain proportions, let's say the width is 80, the height stays the same. So watch what happens. This is not what you want. You can clearly tell this is not what you want. It actually looks like you're looking at the gun from the side or something. Yeah. So we constrain proportions, and then we enter the width to 80. Now the height is going to adjust automatically. Now these are quite important, and you may ask the same question: can I increase the detail level on this? And well, the answer again is no, you can't, but you could in previous versions of the game. I don't know why they removed that feature, because it's damn good. Yeah, it's damn good. You can draw guns with lots of detail, and the width could be 500 or something like that. You could probably adjust the scale of the sprite somewhere in the in the configuration files or something like that. Or maybe it just automatically. I don't know. I haven't played that version. So we're gonna want the width at 80 pixels. Pixels is important. Pixels. And the height will adjust automatically. Now, I found that this shouldn't exceed 90, because if it does, it's gonna bleed out the image, the sprite. It's gonna bleed out from the bounds, and it's gonna look like crap. It's gonna, well, if you increase this to like, I don't know, 150, the barrel part of the gun that we can see right here it isn't gonna show, because the gun is gonna be that massive. So I want it at 80. Now height is, well, I found a maximum to be at about 35. If it's bigger, then it simply bleeds out to the bottom, and well, doesn't look like shit. Resample image. Yeah, you're gonna want this. Bcubic automatic. Bcubic automatic. I can't spell that good. Okay, so now we have resized the image, and we see that the gun has turned, well, into a ultra low definition mess. You might even have an idea that you could potentially just draw an outline around the gun and call it done. Well, I've tried this, and personal experience says that it doesn't work. You're gonna want to redraw the gun. It's not that hard, I'll show you how, don't worry. So the first thing, you're gonna want to create a new layer, as I already did. And this is gonna be for the outline. You want to create a new layer for the outline, so you can easily draw separate parts of the outline out of the image, without actually affecting the base image. If they were in the same layer, let's see, I'm gonna draw this shit right here. So we'll want to delete this. See? The gun deletes too. But if we have a separate layer right here, let's draw some shit again. We can draw it. We could just use the pen, the erase tool wherever the hell we want. The base gun is not going to be affected, and it's bloody useful if you ask me. Okay, so now let's begin drawing the outline. Now, where you want to draw it is mostly going to be where the transparent region is. Somewhere like right here, where I'm drawing it right now. I'm gonna get the hang of it, don't worry. Yeah, so, no, wait, that's not good. I think we're all gonna have to do it like this. Yeah, it's pretty good, if you ask me. Now, I believe that we have... No, we don't. See, the AK has this very thin thingy on the bottom that attaches to the main barrel. Now, I'm not exactly sure why they made it, but what the hell. I thought DBZ actually had it too, but I see that it doesn't, so we're not going to add it. So, we're going to do this. So, draw a straight line. Okay. So the iron sight. I don't want that in. Now, as you can see, if we look at the gun, right here, you can see that, well, let's just try it. The same thing. You can see that this gas tube, or whatever it's called, I have no idea, it ends on just lower from where what is it called? Handguard. And, well, in the image we just resized, it's actually about 1/3 lower, and that's not good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna redraw this on this part right here, and we're gonna just make these pixels interconnect, and this is gonna be most likely transparent. Sometimes you do have to sacrifice consistency for the gun not to look like shit, because, well, it's gonna be much less consistent if we draw it right here than if we draw it here. So this is for the iron side too. We're gonna draw the outline here too. Now, as you can see, the stock sloped. So we're gonna make a sloped image in here too. Now, if we look at the see this? It's kind of curved, so we're gonna want to add that curve too. Now we're gonna want a sloped stock. It's not exactly what I wanted, so we're just gonna undo. Yeah, I'm gonna make this. Yeah, slope kind of. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now keep in mind that I haven't practiced for a single minute before, so this is just purely just live. Yeah, kind of looks like an AK, right? I see two problems here, so we're just gonna erase these. Oh, that was actually 3. Kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Let's resize. Yeah, it's kind of similar, isn't it? See that the trigger part is actually kind of very thin. You can barely see it, and well, this is zoomed in. We're still gonna want to add it because, well, it's there, right? Oh, we might want to zoom in again and move this whole bump up 1 pixel. Yeah, like this. So you can see the gun is kind of similar to an AK, I know. Yeah, but it's not an AK. The whole receiver, the whole operational thing that's in here, it's very different from an AK. Very different. Okay, so now we have drawn the outline, and now what I usually do is separate parts of the gun. So yeah, this is the pistol grip. Oh wait, isn't it like? Yeah, it's kind of. Why not? We might have to make this a bit thinner, I guess. And sloped. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, now it's pretty good, if you ask me. Now, as you can see, why I've drawn 2 lines here is because if you look at the gun, if you look at this stock part, let's resize the image, we don't need it that large. Let's see that this there is a metal bit that extends to the stock, but it's a part of the stock, right? So we want to keep it this here. Actually, we might even want to erase this. So we might just draw some metal bits right here and just create the straight create the stock right afterwards. And we're gonna do the same thing right here because, well, if you look at it, the metal is really thin. If we add another line to this, it's gonna make the metal, well, look more fat than it actually is. We don't want that to happen. So okay, this is the separator for the stock and the receiver. Now the next thing we'll want to do is, well, separate this part up. We'll want to separate the upper receiver and the lower receiver. If we do, well, we don't have the space, so if we just try to do it like this, well, I'm not exactly sure we'll be able to put in much detail, so we're try to improvise on this one. Okay. Yes, okay, I think that's pretty correct, I guess. No, it actually isn't. The line actually interconnects like this, something like that. Yeah, it does. So let's make it like this. Okay, how about this? Oh, so this. Yeah, good. Kind of looks like a VZ58 to me. Actually, looking at it, I think we just fucked up the pistol grip, so we might have to redo it from the scratch. It's much more thin than it actually is. Not that fat. Not that small. Now it isn't curved anymore. Oh, crap. So it's mostly trial and error, as you can see. It's mostly trial and error. And there is no simpler way to do it. You just gotta experiment until it looks good. So as you can see, now it looks curved. It's pretty damn curved. And it's actually pretty big too. Now, as you can see, I've just got some corners. Like say here, here, here. And why I did this is because I want to make these objects look actually rounder. Now I won't do the same thing to this because if you can see, this just goes straight flat. And I want to represent that in the outline image. So I think we're pretty much done for this part, and at this point I think I'll have to simply delete this layer. Okay, the second looks like an AK, so I'm gonna have to tweak it. If I tweak it, I'll just do it off the recording process. So anyway, this is it for part 1. Watch the second part right now, if you want to continue. And it's gonna cover detailing the actual drawing the innards of the gun, and the third part is going to cover releasing the gun that you just made, or not, I don't know. Made it done. Okay, so this was Antivirus 404, and I'll hope to see you in the next tutorial. Bye.